This week's parasha, Yaakov blesses his grandchildren, Efraim and Menashe. And before he does, Yaakov says, and this is the bracha that the Jewish people are going to continue to bless their children with for all future generations. And until today, on a Friday night, we take our sons and we say the same words that Yaakov said, Yisimcha Elohim ke'Efraim and Menashe. So the question is, why do we bless our children to be like Efraim and Menashe? And if you look online right now, everyone's talking about this. Is the Dvar Torah that rabbis love to say on the parasha, and it's inspiring. It's good stuff. And I saw 3 different approaches to answer this question. So why do we want our kids to be like Efraim and Menashe? You know, we bless our daughters to be like Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. Those are the imahot. You know, we think, with the sons also, Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. That's the more classic baracha. So what's special about Efraim and Menashe? So answer number 1 is that the whole Sefer Bereshit, the whole book of Bereshit, talks about the fight of brothers. Starting with the very first pair of brothers in the history of mankind, Cain and Hevel. We have brothers who don't love each other, brothers who murder each other. From that point going forward, we still have a lot of terrible brother stories. We have the next story of Ham with his brothers, Shem and Yefet. We go down to Ishmael and Yitzchak. We have Yaakov and Esav, we have Yosef and his brothers. Finally, we get to Efraim and Menashe. We have the first pair of brothers who love each other, who are there for each other. And even when it seems to be that Yaakov is putting the younger before the older one, and he blesses Ephraim before Menashe, even though Menashe is the Bechor, Menashe doesn't say anything, and they seem to have a good relationship that sets us up for the next Sefer of Shemot, where we have the 2 brothers who really love each other and fight for each other, Moshe and Aharon. So Ephraim and Menashe are the first pair of brothers that actually love each other, are there for each other. Therefore, when we're blessing our kids, we want that midah of brotherhood to be in our children, so Efraim and Menashe went out. So that's approach number 1. Approach number 2 is the more, I'd say, the Galut Dvar Torah. For those listening over there in America and Canada or England or anywhere else out there in the world, this is the kind of Dvar Torah you guys want to hear. Efraim and Menashe are the first 2 Jewish children that are born and raised in exile. Now, Abraham is the first Jew, but he's the first Jew that converts out. He's the that converts to Judaism and then is raising the first real Jewish son, Yitzchak. But Ephraim and Menashe are the first 2 boys, the first 2 males that are born and raised in a foreign country and grow up as Jews, step up as Jews, deal with all the surroundings of Mitzrayim, all the problems of being out there in the exile, not being raised in that Jewish family, Jewish surroundings, but they still step it up. They're proud Jews. The Midrashim go at length at how much Ephraim even learned Torah, Menashe learned Torah. These people were learning, they were Jews, they were stepping up, keeping mitzvot. And the bracha to our children is to be like Efraim and Menashe. Then no matter what surroundings you're in, and even for us living here in Israel, there are times you still put yourself in surroundings that are Galut-style surroundings that are difficult. There are hard surroundings. We have to step it up like Efraim and Menashe. And that goes very nicely with the women's bracha of blessing to be like Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, because all of the imahot themselves were born and raised in Galut. Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, all the tzadkaniyot, all those righteous women, they stepped it out there as well. So you see the parallel between the girls' bracha and the male and the men's bracha of having that koach in the Galut. The third pshat that I saw is by Rav Kamenetsky. Rav Kamenetsky says that most of the times when you give a beracha, you look at your kids and you say, what's your potential? I give you a bracha to maximize your potential. Even the question they ask on Yaakov, why do you switch your hands and put your right hand on Ephraim, who's not the Bechor, put the left hand on Menashe, the Bechor? So Yaakov says, because you know why? Even though Menashe is going to be great, Ephraim is going to be greater, and the right hand has to go on the greater kid, and you have to give the bracha to the right person, because in the laws of brachot, each child is a kli, is a receptacle to what he can take, and the right hand is what Ephraim needs, the left hand is what Menashe needs. So brachot are exact. But sometimes as parents, we might underestimate how great our kids can be. And in the case of Efraim and Menashe, they prove to us that they go far beyond what we could ever think. Because their ultimate bracha is to be like Reuven and Shimon, to actually become the level of tribes. And that's beyond the potential that their father Yosef never thought they can even reach. When Yaakov says that your grandkids are like my children right now, they're being elevated to actual Shvatim, that's a really big deal. that's going beyond the potential that we ever think. And it's interesting, if you look at the Torah itself, so there's a pasuk when after Yaakov and Yosef first start speaking about giving a bracha, and then Yaakov gives like a little mini bracha to start things off, where he says that Efraim and Menashe are going to be like Reuven and Shimon. He then goes to Yosef and says, Yosef, mi ele, who are these guys over here? So this whole long conversation is going on, and Efraim and Menashe are standing right there, and then all of a sudden he says, Mi Eile, and all the Mefarshim are like very like bothered by this. Like, what do you mean, Mi Eile? They're standing right there. Did you not see them? And some Mefarshim say, yeah, they didn't see him. He was getting blind and older. He was just talking about them. He didn't know they were actually there. Other Mefarshim, like Rashi, say, no, it's metaphoric. Who are these kids really? Are they really worthy? What's it all about? And there's even Midrashim that Yosef is showing them his ketubah to show that they're Jewish. But on a much simpler level, it's Yaakov is actually setting up Yosef, and he goes to Yosef. He goes, Mi ele, who are these guys? And what does Yosef answer him? Yosef says, Banayhem, they are my sons. To which Yaakov then responds a couple psukim later, Hamalach hago loti mikora yevrecha tanarim veikara behem shemi. Yaakov says, no, they're named after me. They're my sons. So the Mi ele is like a setup. It's like similar to when the Malach was blessing Yaakov and changing Yaakov's name. He goes, Yaakov, what's your name? So Yaakov goes, oh, my name, it's Yaakov. And the Malach says, no. Your name's not Yaakov anymore, it's Israel. So same thing over here. Yaakov is telling Yosef, who are these kids? Yosef says, oh, my kids, my sons. To which Yaakov responds, no. Ve'ikara behem shemi, v'shem avotai Avraham Yitzchak v'Yitzchak v'yidgu l'rav b'kerev haaretz. Yaakov is saying, no. They're named after me now. They are my sons. So the bracha that we bless our kids to be like Efraim and Menashe is a bracha of saying, Hashem, we think we know what their potentials are. Yosef thought he knew the potentials of kids. They're his sons. They're Yaakov's grandsons. Says Yaakov, no. Your grandsons are my sons. They're going beyond your wildest dreams, beyond the potential you could ever think of. And that's what we bless our kids. Go beyond your potentials. Shabbat Shalom.